All right, let's be real for a sec. You're about to drop, what, like a mountain of cash on a house. It's a big deal, right? You're not just buying a place to crash, you're investing in a dream, the whole shebang.
Absolutely. It's a huge decision.
So, my question is, are you going to trust that dream to just anyone with a fancy logo on their business card? Or are you looking for something, I don't know, a bit more personal?
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's got to be about more than just the company name these days.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving deep into today, why personal branding is so crucial, especially in the world of real estate. We actually had a listener write in about this. They sent this article that really got me thinking about how client loyalty, it's not really about those big shot companies anymore.
Yeah, things have changed. It used to be that having a big name brokerage behind you, that was enough.
Right. Like, oh, they're with big name brokerage. They must be legit.
Exactly. But now, it's different. People are savvier. They want more than just a brand name. They want to connect with a real person, someone they trust.
Someone who gets them, who understands their dreams.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely. Think about it this way. Let's say your favorite barista, the one who knows your order by heart, suddenly moved to a new coffee shop.
Okay. Yeah, I see where you're going with this.
Are you going to stick with the old place just because of the name on the cup, or are you going to follow your favorite barista?
I'm 100% going where the good coffee is, and more importantly, where they know how I take it.
Right. It's about the personal connection, the relationship, the trust you've built.
Mm.
And that's exactly why building your brand is so powerful, especially in real estate.
You become more than just a name on a company roster. You're the valuable asset, the go-to person, the one people seek out.
And that asset, that personal brand, it's like building equity in a house. The more you invest in it, the more valuable it becomes. And it stays with you, right? It doesn't matter which brokerage you're with.
Oh, that's huge, especially in an industry like real estate where things can be, let's just say, a little unpredictable.
Oh, tell me about it. Markets fluctuate, companies merge, but
Mm.
your brand, that's yours.
It's like that security blanket you get to hold on to no matter what craziness is happening in the market.
Exactly. And it allows you to stand out too. Think about it. You're in a real estate conference, hundreds of agents, maybe even thousands, all vying for attention.
Okay, yeah, I can only imagine.
How do you cut through that noise? How do you make yourself stand out when everyone's got the same company logo on the name tag?
All right, so paint me a picture here. How does a realtor actually do that? Like, being a people person only gets you so far, right?
It's about finding your niche. It's like, would you go to a general doctor for, say, a heart condition? Or would you seek out a cardiologist?
You're going to go to the specialist, right? The one who lives and breathes hearts, all that.
Exactly. And it's the same principle for realtors. When you specialize, you attract the right clients organically, you become known for that one thing, your superpower.
So instead of trying to be everything to everyone, you become the go-to expert for, say, like eco-friendly homes or maybe historic properties.
Right. You could even specialize in working with first-time home buyers. It's about owning that niche and becoming the authority.
Okay, I like that. So you're not just another realtor, you're the realtor for a very specific type of client or property.
Exactly. And that plays into your marketing too. Speaking of which, the article our listener sent, it dives into this whole idea of taking control of your message.
Yeah, yeah. It talks about how relying solely on your brokerage's marketing can be, a little limiting.
It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
you're stuck with their branding, their messaging. It's not truly yours.
Right. You become this kind of like cookie cutter agent.
Exactly. But when you own your marketing channels, like your website, your social media, your email list, that's where the magic really happens.
That's where you get to let your personality shine through.
Exactly. You create an experience that screams you. It's like having a beautifully designed business card with, I don't know, maybe a QR code to your website instead of just a generic one with your name and number.
It's all about making a statement.
Precisely. And speaking of websites, the article mentions some specific digital marketing tactics like SEO, social media, email marketing.
Oh, yeah, the nitty gritty stuff. This is where I think a lot of people, not just realtors, tend to get a little overwhelmed.
Oh, absolutely. But it doesn't have to be overwhelming, especially when you approach it strategically.
Hmm.
Let's start with, say, SEO.
Okay, SEO, for those of us who don't speak fluent tech, break it down for us.
Basically, it's making sure your website pops up when someone searches for, say, best realtor for first-time homebuyers
Yeah.
in their area.
Okay, so it's like that old saying, the best place to hide a dead body is page 2 of Google.
Exactly. Nobody goes to page 2.
Okay, got it. So SEO is about visibility. What about social media?
Social media is huge. It's where you get to showcase your personality, share your expertise, build a community,
And don't forget email marketing.
right? Some people think email is dead, but it's far from it.
I actually prefer getting a well-crafted email over like a million social media notifications.
Exactly. It allows you to nurture relationships, share valuable content, and stay top of mind in a way that feels personal.
Okay, so we've talked about the what and the how of personal branding, but before we get into the actual tools and tactics, let's bring it back to the why. Our listener's article touched on this idea of like future-proofing your career, and I thought that was really interesting.
It resonated with me too,
Yeah.
especially in today's world, right?
Things change so quickly, like companies downsize, industries shift. Who knows what the future
It's
holds?
like having a safety net.
Exactly. No matter what craziness is happening in the job market, you've got your brand, your expertise, your network to fall back on.
It's about building a portable career that's resilient.
Okay, I love that. So let's dive into some of those digital marketing power-ups the article mentioned.
Let's do it.
Welcome back to the show, Deep Divers. We've been on this awesome journey unpacking why having a killer personal brand is like the secret sauce no matter what you do.
It really is. It's not just for real estate moguls, it's for everyone.
100%. But you know me, I always got to bring it back to our listeners, right? So let's say you're not about to sell a penthouse apartment or anything. What's the big takeaway? What's that golden nugget they can walk away with?
It all boils down to this: standing out. Whether you're a teacher, a freelancer, running a Fortune 500 company, your personal brand, that's your superpower in a world full of noise.
Because let's face it, a resume, it's like, what, a piece of paper? It might get your foot in the door.
It's your first impression.
Right, exactly. But it's that personal brand. That's what makes you memorable. That's what builds trust. And that's how you build a career, honestly, any career that you absolutely love.
It's about crafting a story, a feeling. It's like Maya Angelou said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel.
Ooh, chills. I love that quote. And your personal brand, that's a huge part of how you make people feel, that lasting impression.
Exactly. It's about those genuine connections.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of personal branding, let's leave everyone with something to chew on. The article our listener sent, it asked this really powerful question. What's one thing you can do right now, today, to start building or maybe even just sprucing up your own personal brand?
And the beauty is, it doesn't have to be this huge, overwhelming thing.
Right. Like, you don't need to quit your job and start a podcast.
Exactly. Maybe it's giving your LinkedIn profile a little makeover, or sending a thoughtful email to a colleague, or even just taking a few minutes to really think about your values, who you are, how you want the world to see you.
Small steps, consistency, and a good dose of self-awareness. That's the magic formula.
That's it.
And on that note, we're officially closing the chapter on this deep dive. We hope you surface with a fresh perspective, some new tools in your arsenal, and a whole lot of inspiration to go out there and build a brand that truly shines. Until next time, deep divers.